Yeah. Look. When my skin hit the spotlight.
Welcome to the Rise of Silence podcast. Thank you to our viewers for tuning in. We have Adalia Mckenzie, aka Dow. Here. She's plays basketball at U of I, women's basketball at U of I. And you're a guard, right?
Guard,
Yeah, so she got a jump shot. I'm excited to have her here today. Obviously, this is our first female guest, and I think it's important to highlight those stories because I think women do have a voice, and that voice needs to be heard. So that's why she's here, to be able to kind of bring her voice, and hopefully encourage other women to get on here as well and share their stories. So, I'm excited to dive in today.
Me too.
Yeah, so first question is, obviously you play basketball. How'd you get your start doing that?
It's a crazy story. So, okay, it's not that crazy, but I started officially playing basketball my sixth grade year, but the year before that I was in fifth grade, and my family are crazy Laker fans, crazy Kobe fans, and we always watch his games. And I basically started playing basketball because of Kobe Bryant, and he's my favorite player ever. Low key obsessed with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started playing because of him, and just since then I feel like I know I have that Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it like about Kobe? Is it just the mentality that you really love about him, or?
Yeah, he's a great player. His game I love, but because of that game, where did that come from? That's something I've always thought of in his mindset. I always talked about that Mamba mentality, being a go-getter and being the best version of yourself, and don't let anything stop you. That just stuck with me, and I want to continue to build that mentality for myself. So.
For sure. Yeah, no, everybody, I think that's something that everybody knows now, especially since his passion. So R.I.P. Kobe. That was one of my idols too.
Mm-hmm.
That Mamba mentality is that something that you learn to carry into everything you do in life. So I'm diving a little bit deeper into that mindset. To have that mindset, I think there's a lot of people that try to develop it, but they don't face any of it. They don't really truly understand because they don't know how to overcome adversity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, to develop that mindset and truly live it, you have to kind of experience some things. So what are some of those things or moments that you feel kind of fortitude that mindset and you kind of, built it up?
Yeah, for sure. With basketball, I feel you face a lot of adversity mentally because when you work really hard and sometimes you may not see the outcome of that can really mess with your head, but not everything is going to be perfect. That's something I've had to learn. So if I had a bad game, I had to learn not to be so hard on myself. Because I remember something that Kobe said, if you win, the next day you're still going to have to do the journey all over again. If you lose, you still have to do the journey all over again. So just kind of using my adversity as a way to build me up, and just knowing I still got to continue to strive for greatness, and it's not going to come in a day or even a month. It's just something that's progressive. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. So thinking back to middle school years, what was that like? Because you started playing basketball sixth grade. Did you play prior to that, just kind of with your friends or anything?
Yeah, some of the adversity was my friends or the girls just being better than me. I was trash. I just remember, I didn't even know what a layup was. I couldn't really do anything. So seeing the girls being better than me, I was kind of discouraged because I was dang, I don't even want to play anymore. Kobe made it seem easy. I don't play. But yeah, that's something that's I remember and just getting over that. I just worked literally. Some of my family members didn't think I was gonna be good because I just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
So all right, you went through 3 years of middle school, and you said those 3 years you were taking time to get better. Obviously everybody starts somewhere. By the time you got to high school, do you feel you were kind of starting to come into your own a little bit?
Yeah. I feel I had a fast growth in my game. Sixth grade was the first year, bad. Then seventh grade I got better. I ended up being on A team for traveling. And then eighth grade I ended up playing JV for my high school.
Okay.
Then ninth grade started varsity as a ninth grader, as a freshman, so. And then every single year it got better and better and better. But just going back and thinking about that, it's just all because I was working hard. And yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. So talking about those high school years, obviously you started really understanding who you were coming in, understanding how good you could be, right? When did that vision of I want to go play in college kind of start to become a reality to you that like I could actually do this?
I would say my sophomore year. Like I always dreamed of like going to college and stuff like that, but it wasn't something I was working towards. But then my sophomore year, when I was just like playing really well and I was having a lot of fun with it, I'm like, I want to like take this serious. And I actually like my dream till this day is going to the WNBA. So like that was a dream that I had too, and I just remember sophomore year, like that was like my grind time year. I'm like, I want to go to the league because I know like sophomore year, you know, junior year, that's where like the looks really start coming in. I mean, at the time for me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So okay, now we get to your senior season, right? You said your senior season. You're getting ready to come to the University of Illinois. What was that? First off, what was that recruiting process like for you? Like, what was it about the University of Illinois that you were like, this is where I want to come?
Yeah, you know, actually, I did not want to come to University of Illinois.
For real?
Yeah, because, like, they were bad at the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take a different route. Like, I want to go to a school where I can be a part of that change and, like, build success. And, like, the stuff that I was being told from the coach is like, hey, like, this is what we're looking to. Like, this is the players we got coming in. This is what we want to build up. And I was just like, okay, like, I kind of took a big risk because, like, you know, they weren't that good at the time. And I remember when I first got the offer, I was like, I'm not going there. But then I thought about it, you know, prayed about it. I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. Something about Illinois just pulled me here. Maybe it was the orange and blue.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And I just came here because I want my story to be different.
For sure. So who was the head coach at the time?
Nancy Faye.
Nancy Faye. So Shauna Green came in your sophomore year.
Yep.
So this was your first year playing with her?
Yes.
How was that?
Amazing. Like,
amazing.
I would say Coach Green is the best coach I've ever had in my whole life. Like,
yeah,
she's a great coach, but I think what makes her different from my other coaches in my life, she's a great person, you know, like very personable and just funny and, you know, but she really knows what she's doing, and I've gotten a lot better this year, and it's been a lot of fun.
For sure. Yeah, no, I definitely watched this season. So shout out to Coach Shauna Green. I saw her hitting the gritty with y'all in the locker room. She's definitely, she's a vibe for sure. She's a vibe for sure. But I know last time we talked, we also talked about you breaking your foot coming into your freshman year, correct?
Well, I broke my foot like junior year
of high school.
Summer, yeah, it was like summer, so going to my senior year, and then like that was tough. I like broke it bad, and the story of how I broke it is crazy. It wasn't even with basketball.
How did you break it?
It was at a swimming pool party. I got my foot stepped on. It was like, and the guy was like really tall, you know, 6'8", you know, 8 feet. And all the kids were trying to push him in the pool, and my foot got stepped on. I was one of the kids. Like,
and that's how it broke?
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Which is crazy, I know, right?
Yeah.
But then I went to the doctor and stuff, and they're like, you need surgery. And I was so scared because I never had surgery before, and I never thought I would have surgery, like an injury that bad. And that was just really hard because I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back and play, you know, because, like, the fracture that I have was, like, one, not a lot of people could come back from. I mean, like, people do come back from it, but, like, it's kind of like a 50-50. But I'm here now, so.
Yeah. Mentally, where were you at in that time? When they, like, you went to the doctor, they told you your foot was broken, and, like, hey, basically, we don't know what that looks like for your future, and now you're going into your senior year, obviously, and that's a big point of, like, recruiting. Obviously, there's a lot of people that get offers junior year high school, but senior year is really when it's kind of valid, you know, where if you sustain an injury like that, some schools might pull an offer. Yeah. You know, so where were you at when that happened? Yeah,
I was in a tough like place mentally because I was going through some other things in my life, some family things. So I had that going on. Then I had my foot. It was pretty tough, but honestly, like me, I'm a believer in Christ. So my faith is what's really pulled me through, just knowing that like God would be there for me. And even when I didn't know how I was going to come back and stuff like that, I just, of course, put my faith in God, but also put my faith in like the work that I need to do to be better. you know, because like the doctor said if I do this, that, and the third, if I wear the boot or if I do crutches for this long, like it would help it be better and stuff like that. So I was just staying faithful to the things that I needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was really hard. Like, I did not want basketball to be taken away from me, like, because it's kind of a part of who I am. But, yeah, I'm glad I got through that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I got through that. For
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How long was that recovery process?
Like, 4.5 months.
Goodness. So could you play at all in that time, or was it really just rehab and kind of getting in, maybe shooting drills, but you couldn't really jump? Or like the form shooting? It was more like
just
that.
like rehab stuff. Like, I was shooting with the boot on, like on one foot. I was I was thirsty to get back for real.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I couldn't really play then. But I ended up being able to play my senior year. But that was tough for me, too, because I wasn't really 100%. I felt like I was moving slow, stuff like that. Still had a decent season, but I think what really got me through is just knowing that, like, I'm putting in the work, you know, and I'm eventually going to see it. You know, so, yeah.
Absolutely. Man, that's it's crazy. Was there ever a point in that time period that you felt like, man, it's not worth it? Like, I'm just going to quit?
Yeah. I had the thought of quitting, but I was like, quitting is not an option, though. You know, I feel like I've came so far in my game, you know, and just like the woman I wanted to be, you know, I was just like, I'm not going to quit now. Like, you know, it's my senior year. I'm about to go to college. Like, you know, I got to keep going. But it was really tough. And I feel like in those hard moments, what helped me get through that is just remembering my why. Like, I started playing basketball not only because of Kobe, but because, like, I love the sport, you know, and we have love for something. You just can't give up on the easy. And that's just like, you know, I love this game. And I put a lot of time and effort into this game, so I'm not going to give up.
Yeah. This year, actually, the second guest in like last week, the guest we had as well, Chief King, actually talked about that same thing of just sustaining the injury, getting to that point of like, but I've put so much time in, you know, and I think that's a important, like powerful point that you just mentioned, because I think a lot of people quit because they know in their hearts they truly didn't put that time in. You know, when you put that time and dedicate yourself to something, it's hard to just, when it gets hard, to just walk away. Even though as hard as this obstacle is, but I put 12 years or whatever, you know, or I put 10,000 hours into this, like, so if I just walk away at this moment, it's like, oh, that just goes away. What does that mean? You know, so
yeah, for sure.
I think that's a powerful message that I just wanted to make sure like wasn't overlooked, because I think, you know, a lot of people might have missed that, but that's incredible, honestly.
Yeah. And I feel like I think God wired my brain like this a little bit. Every time I go through something hard, I always try to figure out a solution. Like, I feel like, because you got the solution, like, to give up or, like, be in the slumps, or you got a solution to, like, make a way, you know? And I just always try to find ways, like, okay, how can I use this to better me, or how can I get through this, and stuff like that. And as I said, like, quitting isn't an option for me, because, like, I know there's a better option, you know? Because, like, I knew if I was going to quit, I was not going to be happy with that. Like, now what am I going to do? Just go to school.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with just going to school,
No.
Like,
I get what you're saying, though. For you, that's not who you, like, in your DNA, who you are, to just be going to school, especially, like, you have this passion for something, you know? So
for sure.
I'm glad you didn't quit, because we wouldn't be sitting here today, you know, if you'd had, because I wouldn't know who you are. But just talk me through, like, this season where all the ups and downs. Obviously, like you said, last year wasn't a great year, and it was you faced adversity in that. You know, I looked up your stats in that time too. You averaged 9.4 points a game, but this year you were averaging 13.5, I believe. So what was the difference, you know? And obviously you had a new coaching staff, but what was the difference for you in just that experience with the coaches, with your play, you know, everything? Yeah,
I'll say my mindset. I feel like I've always had, like, athleticism and, like, been able to, like, to play the game in a certain way, but, like, last year my mindset just wasn't, like, a mindset of growth. You know, like, I really wasn't in the gym as much, or I wasn't, you know, meditating as much, or, like, just having my mind right. But this year, one thing I appreciate Coach Green for is just always working on our mind. Like, she always give us good nuggets to keep and, like, give us good advice. And I know, like, one of our goals is just growth, like just being better this year and just be 1% better every day. That's something my coach always says. So, when she gave us her vision, I'm like, I want that vision too. So how can I do that? And it's all about work, not just physical work though, like, getting in the gym, that is really, really critical, but also the mind. I'm like, I want to build my confidence. I want to get stronger mentally. And that's just a matter of like what I was feeding myself. So, praying more, telling myself like, I'm going to be the best version of myself today. Just a lot of those little things.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So I'm just curious, why do you think coming in your first year, you weren't as focused as you are going into the second year?
Yeah, I just feel like the team, like I don't think we had a vision necessarily,
Okay.
Like I feel like we was all just kind of going through the motions and stuff. And the coaching staffs were different as well. I just feel like it was more like the physical basketball standpoint, like now, like I think everything starts with a vision if you want to do something.
Agreed.
I don't think we had like a set vision in place, And it does help, like if you have a vision and you have the tools with it, Coach Green and the staff. So
yeah, so it's just kind of like you felt like you kind of got lost in that.
Yeah, and we
lost of direction essentially.
Yeah, and we were losing, and I've never like lost that many games in a row or like never had a season like that in my life. So it was really hard for me. I was just like, I felt like I was kind of like giving up a little bit, I know some games I'm like, no, I'm not giving up. Like, we can win this game. But it was like a really hard, like headspace to kind of be in.
Yeah, it's real because I went through that experience here too, so I get it. It's something that you have to learn to fight through, you have to develop that kind of like that pride, like that Mamba mentality, where no matter what's going on, I'm still going to give it 120%. I'm still going to give my all and see how can I contribute to a different outcome, the outcome that I see. So
that just made me think of something. Like, we can't control what people do, but we can control what we do. So, like, you say you're going to give your all, Like, that's something that, like, I ended up wishing that I did. I kind of regret, like, not thinking about what I can control. I was, like thinking about everything on the outside. But, yeah, that was good. You did. That was good.
No, I appreciate it. So, I want to transition a little bit because I know we talked about it a little bit prior to starting the recording. But Brandy found some information of you talking about eventually you want to start a camp for just basketball and for other young girls. What, in your mind right now, if you have a vision of what that looks like, what does that look like for you? Like, one, what does the camp look like in terms of just in general, like your vision of who you're trying to serve? And then in terms of like execution, like how soon do you think you could do that?
Yeah, for sure. So I want to have a camp for like the youth, of course, but I want to have like high school girls to have their own separate day, and I want to have like elementary and middle school have their own separate day as well. And I'll do girls and boys, but I feel like I can reach the girls more a little bit, so I want to do like focus on girls, and I want it to be like not like a training camp because I'm thinking I'm gonna put them in drills, they're gonna get better, but also like these kids, like they want to have fun with it too. So just making sure like that they're getting better, but also having fun with it. Like I kind of thought about, maybe we can have like a dance break after lunch or something because I like dancing and stuff and just having fun. But of course, like putting them through drills that I was putting through myself when I was kind of like, starting playing basketball and getting better and stuff like that. And I guess making it personable, like I want them to not see me as just like the celebrity, like I want to do the drills with them or just talk with them and make them feel comfortable and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. With execution though, I should have put more thought into it or like went for it more. I feel like I was like, I want to do a camp, I'll do it my junior year. And I feel like I can do it this summer or in the fall. I just got to put my mind to it. But, yeah. Yeah.
Now, just curious on the why behind the camp. Like, what is what is that thing in you that wants to do that for the youth?
Yeah. What really pushes me to want to do that is one of the reasons why I play basketball. Like, of course, I play basketball for God, give him all the glory. I play it for myself because I love the game, but I play it for the bigger picture, which is all the little girls out there that watch me, like that motivates me so much, knowing that like there's kids out there who look up to me and who want to play basketball because of me or want to be better because of me, or they're just like a fan of me. Like, it literally makes my day every time. Like, I talk to somebody and they like are a fan or they love basketball as much as I do and stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to give back. I feel like giving back is one of the biggest and most important things people can do in life, be a server. And
for sure. That's
what I want to do in my game. And I feel like a camp is like a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, first off, I think it's something that I truly believe you can do and you should do, because I think you have a lot of value that you can teach these young women, as they develop, they're developing the young women that you can just give to them, you know what I mean, and pouring into them, and it might change their life. But two, obviously, like I texted you and told you, my oldest daughter has a poster of you on her wall, and she's like, she came to one game, she's like, that is my favorite player. Like, I love her. She doesn't even play basketball. She runs track, but she's like, I just love how she plays the game, So unfortunately, she wanted to come here to meet you today. And she still wants me to get the poster signed, so I'm gonna have to bring it to you. But it's her birthday weekend, so she was hanging out with some of her friends.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her for sure. But just want to transition a little bit again. If there's anything you could tell yourself at what's sixth grade, 12, 13?
12.
At 12 years old, what would that be, that one thing?
I got it. I would say to my 12-year-old self, no matter what, stay true to yourself and never give up. I say stay true to yourself. That's like a very broad statement. But what I mean when I say that is like, don't let anything like outside like your box that you're in like waver your mindset. I feel like, in high school, middle school, just growing up, all the things that's in the world, it can kind of mess with your head a little bit. Like, peer pressure, like just being influenced. And at one point I wanted to stop playing basketball because my friends didn't want to play no more. Like, we was all tired of it, just staying true to myself and just, continue to do what I love and just try to focus on it like every day and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nice.
And not worry so much about what people think.
Yeah.
I feel like, so that's something I'm still working on, but, when I feel like when I was younger, I worried so much about what my teammates are going to think if I played bad or if I shoot it this way, what the crowd was going to think or, just things like that. Like, what matters the most is what God thinks about you, and like your confidence within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. Like, you just made me think of something too, because I listen to Kobe a lot too. So I have a plethora of people that I find to be, in my eyes, are great individuals, and Kobe's obviously one of them. And he talks about when he started playing basketball, and one of the things that he said he sucked, and his dad told him, like, whether you go out there and score 0 or you score 60, I'm gonna still love you. And he was yeah.
Oh my God.
And he was like, F that, like, I'm gonna score 60. Yeah. So I think it's something that, like, that's true, learning that, building that self-confidence. And I think for me as a parent, obviously that's what I'm trying to teach my kids now, that win or lose, just go out there and give it your all. And regardless, it doesn't matter what people think, I'm gonna still love you. People that matter are still gonna love you.
Right.
And, just give your best. So I think that's some great advice. And I think you're doing it, keep doing it, keep growing into it. And I think it's something that we all can learn a little bit from. So.
For sure. Oh my gosh. You're a Kobe fan.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's valid. Like, I love Kobe so much. Like, in my room, I have, like, Kobe canvases hanging on my wall and stuff. And I have his quotes and stuff.
Yeah, I remember for a while, he was your Instagram profile picture, too.
Yeah. I switch it up here and there.
Yeah, what is it right now? Naruto? I think.
Yeah. But I just changed it to myself.
Recently?
Yeah. Like, literally yesterday.
Okay.
But I
was like,
Naruto
last time
too.
I looked at it.
I'm an anime girl.
Hey, I love it. Well, I appreciate you for your time. I know this is going to be something that is going to be very inspirational for a lot of people to listen to. So I'm excited to put it out there and just allow people to hear your story and get to know you more. So please, first off, I keep forgetting to do this with our guests, but go ahead and tell them your IG handles. Tell them how to follow you so they can follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Adalia Mckenzie 05. My Twitter is just Adalia Mckenzie.
Yeah.
I forgot my other ones, but it's
Sure.
pretty much if you search my name, Adalia, pretty sure you can find me.
Yeah, so follow her because she's only a sophomore. She's going in her junior year, so she has a lot more to do, a lot more to continue to prove to herself. But she's on a great path, and I truly, every guest we have on here is somebody that I believe is special, and she's on here for that reason. So follow her story, and like I said, just thank you so much for being on today.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity.
For sure.
Yeah.